Xander Zayas announced this morning as well. Thoughts on that?
Man, that's a tough fight, especially for Xander at this point in his career, but it shows his heart and his confidence, that he have in himself.
It's a tough fight. It's a tough fight. This is a really good fight. And I don't know that Zayas has reached his peak yet. So, are you risking him not reaching his peak if Ennis, hurts him and changes him, It's another thing. You're taking a chance here with Zayas. But Zayas is a hungry guy. I've always known that Zayas, lives this life and, has very lofty goals.
Like, why do you think people were so skeptical of it?
I'm not sure. Maybe because he a young champion. He could have went a different route. It took an easier fight. To be real, at 154, I'm the biggest name at 154, and everybody know that. I'm the biggest name at 154, and everybody know they're gonna make the most money fighting me, straight like that.
Terence Crawford views the potential showdown between Jaron Ennis and Xander Zayas as a very difficult fight to predict. While he spoke highly of Zayas's talent, skill set, and long-term potential, Crawford also suggested that the opportunity may be arriving a little sooner than expected. In Bud's opinion, Zayas possesses the ambition and confidence needed to compete at the highest level, but facing an opponent as experienced and dangerous as Ennis at this stage of his development presents a significant challenge.
And he's going to do real well in that fight. I just think, right now, is a little bit...
Jaron Ennis has repeatedly stated that his primary objective is chasing world titles and facing the best champions available. Although he acknowledged that Xander Zayas is a talented young fighter with a promising future ahead of him, Ennis emphasized that his attention remains focused on championship opportunities and unification fights. His comments reflected respect for Zayas's abilities while also suggesting that they currently occupy different stages of their careers and competitive journeys.
Legacy, man, it's only up. Man. I'm about to show the world I'm the best in the world. I'm gonna continue to keep showing the world I'm the best in the world. Like this boxing game, mine, straight like that.
Now, the bout with Vergil Ortiz looked like it was done, and then of course, the legal stuff happened. That had nothing to do with you.
Right.
But you always said that you were going to give the fans the Vergil fight, and if that didn't happen, right back to the mission, and the mission was the belts. Yep. So was that why Xander was your first option after Vergil?
Yeah, once we, me and the team sat down, we figured out like, this, everything falling through, it's not really gonna happen. I told them, my team, Metro, the zone, I'm like, yo, go get me Xander. I'm gonna go get me Xander or go get me somebody with the belts. And that's what they did, and I'm glad they did that. And
Signed a contract to fight. No one knows who the opponent is, but the speculation is it's Boots. How do you see that fight going?
Shoot, it's hard to really go against Boots because on that one was specifically Xander. I feel Xander's still young. Boots is a lot older. And
Tim Bradley strongly disagreed with those who have dismissed Xander Zayas as an easy assignment for the champion. Bradley pointed to previous moments where Ennis faced stylistic challenges, particularly against opponents who used smart tactics and movement. He also highlighted Zayas's dangerous left hook and overall boxing ability, arguing that many observers are underestimating just how competitive and threatening he could be once the fight begins.
And Xander, a lot of people don't realize and understand what the hell they talking about. They thinking that this fight gonna be a slam dunk for freaking Boots Ennis. You crazy. You crazy if you think this fight gonna be a slam dunk for him. Who was the last technical guy that Boots fought, man? Karen? Come on, man. He getting in there with a young gun, man, just as hungry and energetic as he is. You understand that? Bigger than he is. Probably just as strong as he is. High boxing IQ, just as well as he does. Got skills, good counterpuncher, good legs, good movement. Can throws and punches, got a left hook. Which is the punch that Boots gets.
Terence Crawford stressed the importance of persistence and mental toughness when discussing success in boxing. According to Crawford, the fighter who continues moving forward through adversity and refuses to quit is often the one who ultimately reaches the top. His message focused on determination, resilience, and maintaining belief even during difficult moments, emphasizing that those qualities can be just as important as physical talent inside the ring.
from start to finish and listening and studying and doing everything that he have to do is going to be the one that rise every single time.
Crawford also offered advice to the young contender, encouraging Xander Zayas to confront his toughest challenges rather than avoid them. He explained that working with difficult sparring partners and putting yourself in uncomfortable situations is one of the most effective ways to grow as a fighter. By facing fears directly and testing his limits in training, Crawford believes Zayas can gain valuable experience and prepare himself for the biggest moments of his career.
You know, get comfortable doing things that you don't like to do and try things. You know, everybody come and spar and they do the same thing over and over and over, and then they wonder why they don't get better.
That's right.
You know, or they fight the same way. That works on this level, but when you get to the elite level, you're gonna
Xander Zayas made it clear that he has no interest in taking the easy route. He confidently stated that if he truly believes he is among the best fighters in the sport, then he must be willing to compete against the very best available. His comments reflected strong confidence, ambition, and a willingness to challenge himself against elite competition as he continues chasing championship success and a place among boxing's top names.
Everybody, like you said, is busting. I feel like this is the biggest fight of 2026 thus far. And it was important for me because for me to say that I'm the best, I got to face the best. And Jaron Ennis is one of the best names in the division, you know, alongside other fighters and myself. So come June 27th, I will claim why I'm the best 154-pounder in the world.
And like you said, everyone is buzzing, everyone's talking about it. Jaron Ennis himself, he's giving you immense credit, and rightfully so, for taking this fight when you had the leverage to call the shots and choose any route you preferred.
Yeah.
At the age of 23, what does it speak to you? What does it speak for you as the fighter you are?
Man, I feel like a lot of people will love or...
Xander Zayas made it clear that his ambitions stretch far beyond simply collecting titles. The young contender explained that his goal is to leave a lasting mark on boxing history by taking on the biggest challenges available. For Zayas, greatness is measured by the risks a fighter is willing to take, and he believes victories over elite opponents are what truly build a legacy that fans will remember for generations.
History one more time. That's what it's all about. That's what you're in the sport of boxing for. It's easy to just get complacent and just fight all names or all guys that were champion 3-4 years ago, or just fight an easy fight that you know you could win and get easy money. But when everything is on the line, when a lot of people is doubting you, that's when the stakes are high. That's when you got to perform, and that's where I perform at my best.
And it appears this fight was made without a hitch. Fairly simple behind the scenes, which was a far different case than what Ennis experienced negotiating with Virgil. Why do you think that was the case, and what do you make of this?
Like you said, it was an easy negotiation. I feel like we both wanted to fight. There are no buts. There's no what if.
Former world champion Winky Wright sees a potential showdown between Xander Zayas and Jaron Ennis as one of the most intriguing fights that can be made in the division. Wright praised the growing talent pool at the top level of the weight class and emphasized that boxing reaches its highest level when elite fighters are willing to challenge one another. In his view, matchups like this are exactly what the sport needs to determine who truly belongs among the best.
Thoughts on that fight?
It's gonna be a good fight, man. The division looking good right now, you know, and I just want to see all the fighters fight each other, man. The best need to fight the best. That's what's gonna bring the fans to boxing, and you know, you can only be great by beating somebody great. You know what I'm saying? You can have a bunch of wins with no great win. You're just a good fighter, but you want to be great, you need to beat another great fighter. So they got the opportunity, and I hope they do it.
What are your thoughts on, if you know about it, the Virgil situation? Virgil Ortiz, him and Golden Boy have kind of like a lawsuit going on against one another. Virgil put the lawsuit out for Golden Boy. Now he's sitting on the sideline waiting for arbitration. Do you think it was right of Xander to step in and say, you know what, I'll take on Boots since you're going to be sidelined for a bit?
I had nothing. I don't know about it. You know, tell you the truth. You just telling me new, but it's good that he stepped in and we can get a fight.
Trainer Breadman believes Xander Zayas deserves far more credit than some critics are giving him. He pointed out that although Zayas is still a young fighter, already capturing multiple world titles is a major accomplishment that cannot be ignored. According to Breadman, Those achievements prove that Zayas is far beyond the prospect stage and has already established himself as a legitimate force in the division.
2 belts. So you can't go wrong with 2 belts because Ortiz and Boots don't have belts at 54. I think that Boots and Virgil Ortiz styles clash better. That would have been like a barn burner, a war, like high contact war. I think that Xander is going to try to box and take some of the violence out of the fight. So I think it's a different kind of fight. You know what I mean? To be honest.
Chris Mannix believes Xander Zayas has been the driving force behind making this fight a serious possibility. According to Mannix, Zayas has consistently pushed for the matchup and made his intentions known to everyone around him, from his management team to his promoters. He suggests that Zayas understands the magnitude of the opportunity in front of him. While championship belts are valuable, Mannix argues that true star power, major recognition, and life-changing paydays often come from taking on the biggest names available. From his perspective, Zayas views Boots Ennis as the type of opponent who can elevate his career to an entirely different level.
At the stage that it's at. So the question I have is why? Why do you think that Zayas is pushing so hard to get this fight over the finish line?
Well, I'm going to put it in terms that you can understand because, you know...
Is there really a need to just go backhanded?
No. This is actually a compliment.
Is there really a need?
This is actually a compliment. Why did you want to attend one of the best colleges in the world?
Good education.
Great education, yes. Correct? All right, so can education feed your family? You want a great job afterwards.
Correct.
So what puts you in the position for a great job to make great money?
Experience.
A great education,
well,
Mannix.
I mean, they're sort of the same thing, right? Experience.
No. Experience costs way more blood than education.
Experience, I'd argue, not to get too deep in the weeds, experience is way more important for job search than education.
Nowadays, but you know,
was back then too.
At only 23 years old, Xander Zayas has already earned impressive purses throughout his professional career, but his ambitions continue to grow. Reports suggest he is now pursuing the kind of blockbuster opportunities that can generate multi-million-dollar earnings while simultaneously expanding his profile within the sport. With major investment groups, new promotional partnerships, and international money continuing to reshape boxing's landscape, Zayas appears determined to place himself at the center of that movement. For him, this fight represents much more than another title defense or ranking opportunity. It is a chance to strengthen his legacy, increase his global recognition, and secure the type of career-defining success that every fighter dreams about.
Is that those belts against, I don't even know these guys' names, Abbas Baru and Perez. These guys aren't champions. They're not names. They're not going to get you the paydays that you want. I mean, I would think that he's making mid-6 figures as a champion.
Yeah, he probably topped $1 million for the last fight.
I will be surprised. You need to look into that.
He topped $1 million in the last fight.
Maybe top the million. Okay,
I'm telling you, he topped $1 million.
Okay, well, good for him. I'm proud of Zayas. For a 23-year-old kid hitting 7 figures, that's incredible. But he wants to touch $2-3 million paydays, and with all the money being distributed right now, with all these big players from Saudi to Zuffa to the zone deals and everything else, he wants in on the money. He wants in on the prize, man, because he already got the belts. The belts are great. He's going down in history as a unified champion. Now let's make some championship money.
Paulie Malignaggi believes this could be a perfect opportunity for Xander Zayas at this stage of his development. He feels the timing allows Zayas to measure himself against one of the sport's elite fighters while gaining valuable experience under the brightest spotlight. Malignaggi also pointed out that the matchup benefits Jaron "Boots" Ennis as well. With Zayas emerging as one of boxing's most recognizable young stars, a victory over him would further strengthen Ennis's reputation, attract additional attention to the division, and create even more excitement among boxing fans moving forward.
Announced today. Any thoughts on that?
For sure, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
Announced this morning. Yeah.
I'll tell you, man. That was the zone really putting their head in the game right away, man. I did not think that Zayas fight with Ennis could be made so quickly. I thought, especially from the top rank perspective, you could play with a couple of years still for Zayas to develop into his prime, while Ennis maybe needs it right now. And so the fight being made, I think, is more advantageous to Ennis, I think, because with Zayas, when you have a marketable fighter like that, you can take your time as to when, Canelo was the king of this, it's not who you fight, it's when you fight them. You fight them on, when they're not so much at their best, so to speak. So for Zayas to take on Ennis right now, when Ennis has been pretty much shrieking, that's a credit to Zayas, and it's a credit to Top Rank for having faith in their guy, but it's a tough fight.
Greg Hackett offered a detailed and balanced analysis of the upcoming showdown between Xander Zayas and Jaron "Boots" Ennis. According to Hackett, the 154-pound division is currently one of the most competitive weight classes in boxing, with several top contenders making strong arguments for their place at the top. He pointed to Xander Zayas' victory over Jorge Garcia Perez as one of the division's most impressive recent performances and noted that unexpected results across the weight class have shown just how unpredictable things can be. In Hackett's opinion, this fight won't be decided by talent alone. Instead, ring intelligence, conditioning, pressure management, and mental toughness are likely to be the factors that separate the winner from the loser on fight night.
June 27th. Love to get your reaction on that. What do you think about the winner, leading up to a Fundora fight, but just the fight itself as well?
So what's the first question? Who the best at 54?
Who do you think is the best at 54? And then, what do you think about June 27th in New York City?
I think it's a three-way tie out of all the champions. You know why I say that? Wow. Who got the best win out of all them guys?
At 54, I would say Xander.
Xander got the best win?
Yeah.
And who would that win be?
I think Abbas beating Tellis was big. And then him beating...
Hackett also explained that Jaron "Boots" Ennis appears highly motivated as he continues his pursuit of championship success and greater recognition at 154 pounds. Meanwhile, Xander Zayas enters the contest as an established champion who now faces the challenge of proving himself against one of the most dangerous fighters in boxing. While Zayas has already shown composure and resilience in difficult moments throughout his career, Hackett believes this test is on a completely different level. Ennis brings a combination of size, skill, confidence, and determination that few opponents can match. For that reason, the fight could reveal a great deal about both men and answer important questions about their future at the elite level.
This fight, Boots, only has one fight really at 54, fight in Lima. So, this is a big guy, can box. What do you see in the fight?
It's going to come down to IQ. It's going to come down to conditioning. It's going to come down to pressure. It's going to come down to what Xander is willing to go through. Xander is the champion, right?
Mm-hmm.
Boots is hungry because he want that respect and he want those titles. Xander got to figure out how far he willing to go. I think he's willing to go there because what he went through with Abbas was a good tangle up. You know what I mean? That was a good little mix. But this time you won't be fighting Abbas. But at the same time, Boots, his...
Momentum continues to build around the highly anticipated clash between Xander Zayas and Jaron "Boots" Ennis. Fans and analysts alike are excited because this is the type of matchup that showcases boxing at its best. At just 23 years old, Zayas has built a reputation as a fearless young champion willing to challenge himself against the toughest competition available. He previously pushed for a fight with Vergil Ortiz Jr., but that opportunity never materialized despite his interest. Now, attention has shifted toward Ennis, who has made his move to 154 pounds and is looking to establish himself as a dominant force in a new division. His recent performances have demonstrated that he is serious about making a statement and proving he belongs among the best fighters in the sport.
Turkey, Al-Sheikh deal, and it didn't work back then. Boots elected to stay at 147. But what we also know is he's now at 54. He's coming off a first-round knockout with Lima, a.k.a. Lima Bean. You had like a second-round knockout with Lubin, and then he hopped up in that ring. Hop up out the bed, right? He hopped up in that ring and said, I'm going to make you pay. I'm going to punish you. I'm going to punish you for what your dad say, for what Rick, your manager, say, what Oscar say, me and you, right? And it could have been that. But you didn't like the deal.
For Jaron "Boots" Ennis, a fight against Xander Zayas provides the opportunity to defeat a young champion who carries both momentum and credibility. At the same time, the situation surrounding Vergil Ortiz Jr. serves as another reminder of how quickly circumstances can change in boxing. Once considered a likely centerpiece of the division's biggest discussions, he now finds himself watching from the sidelines as other opportunities take shape. As many fighters have pointed out over the years, timing is everything in this sport. Credit has also gone to the teams involved in helping make this matchup a reality, ensuring that both fighters continue moving forward in their careers. More than just a battle of skill, this contest is about ambition, timing, and proving who truly belongs at the top of the division.
The fight. If Virgil Ortiz try to front him off, like, you're young, your time will come, blah, blah, blah. But like Errol Spence Jr. said, hey, man, stop that cat. Tables turn. Look how the tables turn in the sport of boxing. My, oh my, how them tables turn in the sport of boxing. And it's remarkable where 1 minute so-and-so is on top, so-and-so feels like they're the big shot and they can dominate the conversation or say whatever, and things are rolling smoothly for them. The next minute, you like Virgil Ortiz. So I'm going to keep saying the same thing.
That's all for today's breakdown. The excitement surrounding Xander Zayas versus Jaron "Boots" Ennis continues to grow, and fight night can't arrive soon enough. Be sure to stay tuned for more updates, analysis, and boxing coverage as we get closer to one of the most talked about matchups in the sport.